Y'all, it's Bernita Rochele. Y'all listen. He be hurting too. Okay? He be hurting too. But people sit up here and think like the male doesn't hurt. They be hurting just like the women. Y'all stay tuned. This is one right here. It's touchy, and I think it's because I have a son and I have friends and I have family members, and it's a real touchy subject. But this is called He Be Hurting Too. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, it's Bernita Rochele, and welcome to my channel. You guys know I am going to talk to you guys and thank you guys after this, okay? But thank you for coming to Bernita Rochele's Spoken Word and Conversations. Y'all, this is a good one. I wrote this one also on December 18th, and it's called He Be Hurting Too. And he does, whichever one. You know which one to use, do or does, okay? Y'all, he be hurting too. But some do not believe that he ought to. Some believe that he should hold it all in because that's what real men been told to do since the beginning. Some men are saying, can you all show me some reciprocity? Can you show me the same thing that you show her? He be hurting too, but his hurt gets overlooked and he is told to suck it up. You are a grown man. Stop complaining. He be hurting too. And he has been screaming, me too. That really did happen to me too. He be hurting too, but you look at his masculine build and say his hurt is not real. He be hurting too, but you think you can just put your hands on his body like it's your body. Like you can just touch his parts just to get a feel to see if it's real. When he clearly has told you, do not touch him like that. He be hurting too. Trying to tell you about his pain on how he has been treated as a man or a young man. And your words have been, no, he or she is a good person. They would never do anything like that. Or you just simply did not believe him. He be hurting too. He tries to tell you what he has been dealing with for years as a man and a young man, and you just ignored him. Now the question is, are you going to hear his hurt, his pain, his cries, his conversations that need to be heard? Like you heard hers in Me Too. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? And I'm specifically talking about the black males right now, because you just see what just happened to JM. You see that? He's running from her and he gets the situation. Okay, now this one right here is a touchy subject to me, because I also know that when there is someone that's in power, that if they do so much good, okay, that's their cover up. If they do so much good and that you do go and tell, people ain't gonna believe you. People ain't gonna believe you. I experienced that for myself. The person even said they won't believe you if you told them. I believe the guy. I believe the guy, I forget his name. I believe him. I believe Terry Crews as well. And we looked at him because he had muscles, and we just felt like, well, why he let him do that? Just know this is the second day that I worked on this because I wanted to make sure that I made it clear when we talk about he, okay? When we talk about he, I want to make sure that we hear him. I'm not a male, okay? I can't feel what a male feels, but I just know that the conversation needs to be turned towards them now. Okay, now I'm going to read my new thoughts. These are thoughts that I have settled down and I have reflected because I think about this stuff. I just can't get on and just talk. Like it has to be something that I feel like needs to be said. So just know you'll get some long content. It could be 2 times, it could be 3 times. It's whatever I feel my passion for or whatever I wrote about, okay? But here's my thoughts here. When I talk about he be hurting too, okay? My thoughts are, some people act like they don't matter. But you matter to me. I'm talking about the males right now. These people are out here with real pain. I meant to say these men are out here with real pain. Male coaches have been coaching women. Now it's time for you to coach these males. Help them. They are hurting too. Okay? And I hate to reiterate that, but at some point somebody got to wake up. Okay? Because you hear that most male channels have majority of women. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? There is so much to that, so we're just going to hold that thought. There is I just said that, okay? There are so many facets to that, to where the preacher run the wife, there's so many different things that go down with that. So therefore the male is just like, I'm not even going to church. That's why you see the majority of the husbands, some of the husbands don't even be coming to the church. The majority of the people that are in church now are women. Okay, let's just keep it real. It's women. Okay, if you want to get biblical about it, it clearly states in Titus who is supposed to be teaching what. Okay? It says the older women are supposed to teach the younger women. Whew, that's a whole nother thing right there. That's a whole nother thing. I was watching one channel on, I want to say that was on last week sometime, and the energy, it was supposed to be, I'm thinking that it was going to be a healthy debate, right, between a male and a female. The energy was so dark that my head had started hurting when the woman had started talking. I mean, I literally, the first things, like the first couple words that she said out of her head, you can just feel it. And when stuff like that happen, I'd be like, that ain't for me. Like, people be thinking like you can listen to everything. You can't listen to everything. When you start getting, like your brain is getting scrambled, you got to cut it off. Now, am I saying don't listen to people? You just know what you can take. Know what your intake is. That's what you got to know. Know when hey, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. Know when you got to check out and write your grocery list. But now I turned the show off after I heard what she said about men and women shouldn't live together. That it just don't work because it causes all this conflict. Now, the clip that I saw when she said that One of the reasons why they can't live, we shouldn't live together, is because you can't go to the same bathroom. I'm saying to myself, like, what? So we have a lot of stuff that's being put out here in this atmosphere that is so tainted. So there's no way. Sometimes I remember Oprah said years ago when she had that Ku Klux Klansman on her show, and she gave him a voice. She said she would never, out of all the things that she said she would wish she never would have done, was gave that person a voice. Once you give them a voice, it opens all type of doors. If they gonna have their voice, you let them open it on their own. Don't let them open it on your stuff, because this is your stuff. You know what you allow in your stuff. It's like it's your own house. You know you're going to hear some views, but when that stuff start, hey, you start talking about something, you need to do this and you ain't paying no bills up here, you got to go. Okay? So that's that. And then we go to the males. Okay? You wondering why these males are not interacting with you is because you have to set the tone for them. You have to set a safe tone. It's like when you tell us when the man comes into the house, the wife need to set this tone. Now y'all want to tell us all this stuff that we should do. Can we help you? And I've said this in my prior video. Can we help you? Do better. Do better by that so you can get the males to interact. And I know that it has been tainted. It has been tainted, that relationship between males and males. It has been tainted. All I can say is I'm sorry. But we as women also have to realize that we can help. I mean, when I think about this, I have to give this scenario. It's like almost trying to teach a little boy how to stand up and pee. We can only take it so far. My son said to me the other day, he was like, Mom, when I was a little baby, you just don't know, when I was at Dad's house, I just wanted to be with you. He said, but now that I'm older, I want to shift it to him. And I'm just like, okay. And I know that everybody don't have the privilege of having someone that stands in the gap for them or have their father there. But when he said that, I was like, okay, I got it. I got you, son. I got it. And it's okay. Another example for me as a woman, when I'm in a way it worked out great, but in a way it did, because it broke up a home when we did divorce, but D was 6 weeks old. So he really didn't see this, see everything. But what I do appreciate about this is I did not get in his way as a mother and him as a father to stop him from disciplining. Because, when we see our boys, or even if we see our girls, but it's something about them boys and a man, the dad be trying to tell me, you be like, no, leave my baby. I am so glad that I didn't interfere with that. Okay, so, and I know a lot of people be like, well, you don't need no man to be in the house. Okay, listen, okay, that's your opinion, but I'm just saying my opinion right now. And it's so good to have that I did not step in the way of him disciplining him. So they have a bond there. So we have to start working on a way that males, and there are channels. Listen, there are channels that I definitely appreciate. And I appreciate the other channels too. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't. I'm saying that with these other two channels that I know of for sure, they bring on a variety of things. So it doesn't feel like it's just these people just speaking on these topics. Okay. So it's a variety of things, but I understand that's how you started, and that's what it is. But right now, I think the focus needs to be shifted to the young men. Okay, I think it needs to be shifted to the young men. We can't teach them how to stand up and pee. Women want to sit up here and act like you can teach them how to stand up and pee. You can probably show them, yeah, but you will never be able to show him like a male pee. Okay, and I hate to use that example, but that's all I got for you on that part right there. Now, you got to be able to come to them in a different way. Let's do this thing a little differently. Okay, that's my part right there. And in ending, my whole thing to saying this is we have to encourage, if you guys can encourage the males to listen to you guys. Okay, listen to you guys, because it has, the foundation of the male and male has been broken. We know it has been broken, but there is going to have to be some kind of consensus where you can come together. Y'all, that's all I got for y'all today on that subject. But listen, thank y'all so much for coming to my channel. Y'all, thank you for my day ones and thank you for my new ones. Now, I know that's the topic right there, because he be hurting too. All right, y'all, the numbers are growing, which I'm not really worried about that, because I want to make sure that I'm doing my purpose and everything else will follow. If it's in where it's supposed to be, everything else will follow. I'm going to continue to keep putting that content out there, keep doing what I can do to do my part, y'all. But listen, that's it. That's all for me today, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.